In 2025, defense analysts, rival militaries, and even longtime allies found themselves stunned as the United States Air Force unveiled what many had assumed was impossible: a complete, next-generation rebirth of the legendary A-10 Thunderbolt II, a platform widely considered outdated and headed for retirement. For decades, the Warthog had been the symbol of close air support dominance, loved by ground forces and feared by armored columns. But it was also an aircraft rooted in 1970s engineering. No one expected its legacy to evolve, until the Air Force rolled open the hangar doors to reveal the Super A10, a dramatically redesigned machine that retained the soul of the original while pushing its capabilities into an era dominated by hypersonics, drones, and stealth. From the moment the dark gray composite silhouette stepped into the light, the world realized that the United States had not quietly retired the Warthog. It had reinvented it. The script opens with a deep rumble as a narrator speaks over sweeping music, describing how global military planners had watched the Warthog's retirement debates unfold for years. Critics believed the A-10 was too slow, too vulnerable, and too old to survive modern contested airspace. But what they didn't know was that for nearly a decade, engineers at multiple research centers had been secretly prototyping a successor that would keep the beloved functionality while adding cutting-edge survivability and lethality. In interviews woven throughout the documentary, engineers describe how the challenge wasn't simply to improve the A-10. It was to preserve its iconic ability to fly low, take fire, protect troops, and destroy armored threats with precision and ruthlessness. "We didn't want another sleek jet," one program lead explains. "We wanted the world's toughest aircraft, evolved." As the camera cuts to the 2025 unveiling ceremony, the narrator highlights features that instantly shocked analysts. Gone was the old aluminum heavy frame. In its place stood a composite titanium hybrid shell, designed to absorb impact and resist modern anti-aircraft weaponry. The familiar straight wings remained, but now they were reinforced, modular, and capable of carrying a wider assortment of smart weapons, including autonomous micromunitions and next-gen standoff missiles. Perhaps the most jaw-dropping upgrade was a new engine system, twin adaptive cycle turbofans that offered a dramatic increase in thrust, range, and heat management efficiency. The Super A10 could take off shorter, climb faster, and sprint between threat zones in ways a classic Warthog never could. Despite these improvements, engineers insisted the new aircraft would still be maintainable in field conditions with minimal tools, preserving the A-10's reputation as a mechanic's dream. The narrator transitions into battlefield simulations produced by the Air Force, each showcasing how the Super A10 redefines close air support. Viewers see the aircraft descending into low altitude with uncanny stability, using a new turreted electro-optical targeting system mounted beneath the nose, an eye that rotates faster, sees farther, and processes targets automatically through onboard AI assistance. Ground troops interviewed in the film recount their reactions when they first saw the demonstration. "It looked like the A-10 we loved," one soldier says, "but it moved like something from 10 years in the future." The Super A-10 flew low and slow when needed, but unlike its predecessor, it could accelerate out of danger almost instantly. Its new infrared-resistant coating and partial radar absorption contouring also gave it a stealth-like profile, reducing its detectability without compromising armor. And then came the moment that truly shocked the world: the reveal of the GAU-22X, the evolutionary successor to the original 30mm GU-8 Avenger. Officials had kept this part of the upgrade shrouded in secrecy, fueling rumors ranging from railguns to directed energy cannons. What the public saw, however, was a brutally efficient refinement of the classic rotating cannon, a lighter, electronically stabilized, dual-feed 30mm weapon capable of precision bursts with vastly reduced recoil. Engineers had managed to improve everything: firing accuracy, barrel longevity, and integration with advanced targeting software. The result was a gun that maintained the Warthog's soul-shaking firepower but delivered it more intelligently, allowing the Super A10 to select ammo types mid-mission and engage multiple vehicle classes with frightening precision. The script continues with global reactions. International news networks are shown scrambling to cover the announcement. Some military stated that the revival of the A-10 platform signaled a shift in U.S. strategy, away from purely high-tech long-range combat and back toward a blend of rugged, ground support-focused warfare. Others interpreted it as a warning. The United States now possess a platform capable of operating in areas where drones might be jammed, where stealth fighters might be too expensive to risk, and where ground forces needed sustained, punishing support. A European defense minister interviewed for the film admits that their intelligence community did not anticipate such a dramatic upgrade, noting, "We expected the A-10 to fade quietly into history. Instead, it reappeared stronger." One sequence follows a test pilot strapped into the Super A10's new cockpit, narrating his experience during its maiden combat evaluation flight. Gone were the analog gauges of the past. The new layout included panoramic touchscreens, helmet-mounted displays, and complete sensor fusion. But the pilot emphasizes that the designers kept the tactile feel that A-10 pilots loved, manual backup controls, redundant switches, and a cockpit built like a tank. The film shows him flying low over a mock battlefield as AI-assisted threat indicators highlight missile lock attempts, automatically cueing countermeasures. The aircraft deploys decoys and directional jammers while the pilot maneuvers with surprising agility for such a rugged frame. "It flies like the A-10, he says, but it survives like a fifth-gen." Midway through the film, the script transitions to geopolitical implications. Analysts discuss how adversaries reacted with concern, especially nations investing heavily in armored ground warfare. The Super A10's enhancements made it a nightmare for armored brigades relying on layered air defenses. Simulation footage shows the aircraft engaging modern tank formations using a mix of guided rockets, loitering drones launched from underwing pods, and its signature cannon. With its reinforced armor and expanded countermeasure suite, the Super A10 could now absorb damage from modern small-caliber AAA and continue its mission, something few aircraft today can claim. The documentary argues that the psychological impact of seeing the Warthog reborn was almost as significant as its technical capabilities. As the script approaches its climax, it delves into a classified scenario reenactment leaked to the public. The Super A10 supporting U.S. Special Forces in a high-threat environment during a simulated multinational exercise. The aircraft is shown coordinating with swarms of autonomous drones that scout ahead, mark targets, and feed real-time data directly into the pilot's visor. The Super A10 then deploys a new type of precision airburst munition designed for urban warfare, clearing defensive positions without collapsing surrounding structures. The final section of the script brings viewers back to the unveiling hangar as the narrator reflects on the Warthog's legacy. For years, many believed that close air support would be fully taken over by drones or stealth jets. But the Super A10's arrival sent a different message. Sometimes the most effective answer is not to replace an icon, but to rebuild it for a new age. Engineers and historians in the film agree that the 2025 Super A10 is not just an upgrade. It is a statement that the nature of warfare still requires aircraft that can fly into danger, protect troops directly, and withstand the chaos of the battlefield. The documentary ends with the Super A10 accelerating down the runway, engines roaring with renewed power. As the narrator proclaims, the legend did not retire. It evolved, and the world will never look at close air support the same way again. If you did, make sure like and subscribe to our channel for future updates. See you in the next video.